What's up, witches and warlocks? Puma Fist here, and it is such a beautiful day. I'm making two videos. So, in this video, let's just dive right into this here after I light this cigarette. All right, the culture war. Now, on my last video, one of my longtime subscribers, Sonic Man, brought up an interesting point in a comment. When I was talking about Eric July and what is he actually accomplishing? And it's kind of a sarcastic thing, but it's winning the culture war. So I want to talk about this fucking culture war. That all of these motherfuckers, like the Comicsgate assholes, Ethan Van Sciver, fucking Richard C. Meyer, fucking Eric July, even though he's comic book adjacent, or comic gates adjacent. I get that. Don't try to bust me on that. And you got fucking J.D. AIDS, John Delarose. All these motherfuckers, they're always talking about winning the culture war, right? Well, what is the culture war? So basically what I see when they're talking about the culture war, they're just talking about politics they don't like. So they're attempting to influence politics, right? I mean, that would be the logical conclusion to their assertion that, okay, well, we don't like this stuff in Marvel and DC. There's all this lefty, quote unquote, lefty stuff, right? I'm using air quotes with that because it carries over to the right as well. But yeah, so they're talking about they don't like gay and trans and rainbow colors and homosexuality. They want to bring it back to the norm of heterosexual couples, nuclear family, all that kind of stuff, right? That's what's going through my mind when I'm hearing people talking about culture war. It's basically just a political divide on this group thinks this way, that group thinks that way. But what are Comicsgate and Eric July and John Delarose? What are these people actually contributing to the quote unquote culture war they think they're fighting? What are they adding to it? Or how are they making their case? I mean, all of their books are pretty much stupid. And as far as I can see, like especially with Eric July, I mean, like now he just figured out that fucking Yaira and Bloodruth and all these characters, dude, he's just working off of thirst traps for dumb suckers, right? Because boobies in a comic book. That's gonna fucking sell. How's that fighting a culture war? Where's that showing values? Do these guys actually have any values? And let's go in on John Delarose a little bit. Mr. I'm a fucking Christian man, right? I'm the perfect fucking Christian, and we don't want to have anybody on our show that disagrees with Christian values. Yet all of his comic books are all about fucking women too. It's like feminism, right? And they're doing that because they know that and I'm going to go ahead and call comic book nerds out. You're all a bunch of fucking incel fucking... I'm not going to use the word incel. That's a stupid fucking word, kind of like Karen. But you get it. You fucking basement dwellers, right? Put some boobies in there, and they think that makes their comic book fucking based. All of a sudden. But they're doing the same thing. I mean, all the shit that's been coming out from the left has been fucking pushing women's empowerment. I mean, hell, Cyberfrog literally stars. Cyberfrog's not the fucking star. It's the fucking bitch that I can't even remember her name that fucking EVS is drawn. Keeps drawing fucking women, right? Yeah, and there's no moral stories for fucking men in any of these comic books. There's no moral stories in any of the fucking Isom shit or anything like that. Anything that men in this society right now that we're dealing with can actually relate to. None of it. None of it. So what is this culture war that they're fighting? No, they're literally just pushing back on the mainstream, saying that they have the better alternative. But when you look at it, it's no fucking better. And when you actually listen to these guys talk, and that's one of their biggest problems, when they open their fucking mouths, And if you actually listen to them, you find out that they've got the same fucking ideas as the fucking liberal left that they're supposedly fighting. They all block and ban people who fucking disagree with them, right? And they want echo chambers, right? Which they claim the left wants, but they do the same thing in their own fucking circles. Yeah, and if you disagree with them at all, they will fucking cast you out in a heartbeat. So what is this fucking culture war? What is the culture that they're trying to cultivate here? What is it? Do we want free speech? Do we want people to, let's say, here, disclaimer here. I'm not advocating for this. But to show different races in different lights. In all comic books now, blacks are great, Indians are great, Hispanics are great. The only ones who suck are white people. How is that any different than the shit that all of these fucking people that are talking about they're fighting the culture war against the evil left regime? All of their books have the exact same fucking motive. Like they show the same motif. It's baffling to me. See, that's the thing, and I'm not very eloquent. You all know that. If you guys have followed me for a while, I'm not very eloquent, right? I'm kind of a stream of consciousness and just throwing what's out on the top of my head. And I can't wrap my head around this. It's bizarre. I'm trying to figure out what this fucking culture war is. What is the culture war? What do they want? What does John Delarose want? What does EVS want? What is it? What does fucking Eric July want? What do these people want? Right? What stories are they trying to convey in their books that push the narrative of what they actually think is, should be the way society is? They're not doing any of that. There's none of it. They're just cash grabbing on suckers, on fucking pay pigs. And they'll say whatever they have to say. Oh, yeah, the evil left, blah, blah, blah. We're on the right side, and so we're better. And now the tides are shifting somewhat in the political sphere, where all the lefties are now starting to go towards the right because they're doing it for the same reason. It's all a fucking cash grab. They're looking for the dumbest, gulliblest people that they can take advantage of. And right now, it happens to be the conservative right. That's literally what they're doing. The mainstream media is doing it right now. Notice how when Trump got elected, right, and even before he got elected, and right before there wasn't nearly as much pushback as there was before. No, there's a paradigm shift there, and it's all about these motherfuckers just trying to make money. There's no culture war. You want to talk about a culture war? Go on 4chan. There are actually people that post on there that are doing actual cultural war stuff, but all that stuff's gonna get fucking deplatformed on fucking YouTube, on fucking Instagram, fucking even X, Elon Musk's bullshit because he's another fucking grifter. All this, it's all nonsense. They're all fucking lying to you. The whole culture war thing is a fucking grift. Grow up, people. I've always said this. You got to think for your fucking selves. And look at the ulterior motives of all these fucking people. And what you will see as their ulterior motive is making money at any cost. That's it. Anyway. Puma fist out.